Welcome to Ozarka Education. This is basically a video on how I teach and my ideas on education. Before I explain how I teach, I'm going to try to break down how a math and science course is usually taught. So students sit in rows listening to a teacher do most of the talking and thinking for them. The teacher breaks down the material and teaches the students ways of understanding the content, rather than having the students break it down for themselves or do any real discovery. It's no wonder that students find math and science to be the worst or most boring subjects for them. Teaching this way essentially molds students to be like a computer completing tasks rather than a human doing critical thinking, problem solving, analyzing, synthesizing, etc. Furthermore, because the students are getting lectured to, all of the students are getting the same instruction at the same time in the same way at the same pace. This one-size-fits-all model does not maximize potential. So in a culture that stresses personalization, shouldn't education be the same way? There has to be a better way of teaching to promote the educational experience being as personalized as possible. What I do to help this is, rather than having a lecture in class, is I create video lessons about 5 minutes or less that students can watch at home or in class. The students will be able to pause, rewind, rewatch at their own pace whenever they are comfortable, wherever they are comfortable, allowing for a more focused learning experience. So you might be thinking, if the students are being introduced to the material at home, what are they doing in the classroom? One of the main 21st century skills is collaboration. So rather than lining up the students in rows, I group the students in pods. While in pods, they are discussing the content that they learned about from the video lessons, hopefully discussing questions and using the information to solve problems. So then you might be thinking, what am I, as a teacher, going to be doing in the classroom since I won't be in the front lecturing? Well, I will be walking around and helping students as needed, answering questions with other questions, giving individual one-on-one help, small group help, conversing with students about how they're doing, etc. Furthermore, rather than students repeating steps to solve a problem, they are discovering the steps to solve problems and getting a deeper understanding of why they are doing what they are doing. My videos intentionally provide the minimum amount of information needed to solve a problem. An analogy that I like to use is that I give students pieces of the puzzle. They have to put the puzzle together in a way that makes sense. The pieces have to fit. Research has shown that this provides a deeper understanding of what they're doing. It also provides a challenge to the students rather than simply repeating steps. Also, because we have laptops in the classroom, students are able to watch, rewatch, and move ahead in the curriculum while in class. Another good feature of using videos is that students can pause on exact points in the video where confusion starts and ask questions to either me or their fellow classmates. This is something they are unable to do if I were to be lecturing in front of the class. So I personalize learning by including help as needed, either if it's one-on-one or a small group. I also include tiered problem sets that students will be working on in class as their practice. The problems are broken down as prior understanding, basic level, regular level, and advanced level. Homework is not graded in my class, it's not required, but it's still offered as practice if students choose to complete it. I try to update grades every day. 100% of the grades are based on tests, 50% of which can be remediated. Although only tests are counted in the grade, students will be taking quizzes as well as other formative assessments. Those grades will be put in the grade book, but again, will not actually count toward the grade. This is so the parents and student can both see the progress each day. If a student needs extra help outside of class, I'm available before or after school or during Bulldog Hour. I'm also willing to give up my lunch to help a student if needed. Communication Home will include an email list sent to parents every 2 weeks. Most of the information about the course will be on my website at stem.mrozarka.com as well. You can also follow me on Twitter at mrozarka. I'm also a remind.com connected educator, which is an online system of sending out one-way messages to students' cell phones about information in the course. Parents are also able to sign up for these messages. My general daily schedule is as follows. After the students walk into the class, I do a little welcome and have some students share out a story or something that they may feel like telling the class. After this, we do a 5 to 10 minute 5-problem bell ringer, which assesses how the students are doing on the current material from the most recent video lesson as well as past material. Next, we do a quick 2 to 3 minute review of the material based on students' questions on the video or anything else. After this, we start with the meat of the lesson, which students are given a challenge involving a math problem that they have yet to see based on the video content. Students use deductive reasoning and sometimes timely hints by me or other group members if needed to solve the challenge. After the challenge, students start their practice on the tiered problem sets. I use the Pomodoro technique in class to give students about 20 minutes of work and then 5 minutes of break in order to break up the material and check in with students personally. The last 5 to 7 minutes involve students completing an exit ticket about the material from the day. The results will be gone over the next day before the bell ringer. The general weekly schedule is as follows. Monday through Wednesday consists of new material. The class is self-paced, so students can work as slow or as fast as they want, but all of the material must be completed by soft deadlines throughout each unit. Thursdays are usually work days where no new challenges will be given, and students are expected to get all of their questions answered and deepen their understanding of the material. Fridays are more formal assessment days. This includes quizzes and tests. So I hope you found that informative. If you have any questions about anything in this video, let me know.